as a smouldering rag in a waste bin. Poor maintenance is usually the cause. Equipment that's well maintained, through planned maintenance procedures, is less likely to malfunction. It should also be remembered that many of the chemicals used in the cleanroom can assist or even initiate combustion if they come into contact with some other materials. The majority of deaths from fire actually result from inhaling fumes such as carbon monoxide or nitrous oxide. So if combustion occurs, whether accidentally or deliberately, the products of combustion, smoke and other airborne matter must be avoided at all costs. It's so important that the process exhaust system is almost always equipped with an uninterruptible power supply to guard against failure of the public supply. The second line of defense is the high rate of air circulation through the cleanroom. This serves to dilute any contaminant that has managed to escape into the environment. It should not be forgotten, however, that some of the byproducts formed during processing are also potentially toxic and need to be treated with as much respect as obviously poisonous raw materials. Today's equipment can still cause serious injury. Physical hazards today are more likely to be related to electric shock, to items dropped onto feet or hands, and burns from touching hot equipment. All too often, operators and maintenance staff expose themselves and others to unnecessary risk while adjusting machines that will ignite easily and burn rapidly. Fire requires three things for it to be started and sustained: a material that will burn, oxygen, usually from the air, and a source of ignition. Often, though, the reaction of two or more chemicals can provide a source of oxygen and in some cases sufficient heat to generate an ignition source as well. Any flammable material has limits. The definition of a corrosive chemical is that it causes visible destruction or irreversible alterations to materials and tissue by chemical reaction on contact. In any 15-minute period. There can be only 4 such periods in any one day, and there must be a minimum of 60 minutes between each. Third, the TLV ceiling, or TLVC, is the absolute exposure limit. This must never be exceeded, not even for an instant. It's important as well to be aware of the IDLH value of a substance. This is the level at which its MSDS. Staff must wear the appropriate protective clothing before beginning to handle the material, and care must be taken when lifting, moving, or transferring the chemical. Staff should never work at too fast a pace. This is a good cleanroom practice and a good safety practice. When replacing the chemical in a wet tool, for example, those you can deal with yourself, those which require you to notify others and respond as part of a team, and those which require the intervention of an outside agency such as the fire service. Flammable liquids such as oils, fats or spirits. Carbon dioxide for electrical and some flammable liquids. Or powder called tri-class dry chemical in the USA, which can be used on virtually all fires, including electrical and flammable materials. An inappropriate response, for example by using water on an electrical fire or on chemicals by an untrained person, can create more problems than it solves.